NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
First down, Mitchell. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
This defense for the Rams, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
The Lance going to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big third down play there for the Niners.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
They'll run on first down. Mitchell. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Lance got a man. That's Ayuk.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Rams offense ready. They're backed up to start their initial drive.
They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Been able to find out on Lazard. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for L.A.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hurts.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Akers.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal. And
he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Rams.
Cam Akers
with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Rams are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now, this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's Mitchell, and he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the 1st quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Cam Akers and the Rams offense ready to go back to work.
And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Lazard. And some room to run now. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Throwing is Hurts.
Going up top for Kupp. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Going up top for Kupp. And incomplete on the deep ball.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Hurts. Again, he targets Kupp, and this time he's got it.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs...
Hurts fumbles it.
This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal, a loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA.
Jacob Harris.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Shotgun now for Lance. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Yeah, these are the types of plays we're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9. Hurts. That'll be caught by Cup. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Hurts to throw. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And just shutting him off there. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. Incomplete. So we have reached halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Here's Cohen now to return.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
On the give, this is Akers.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sand.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On first down, it's Mitchell, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's Cohen now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. It's our field. It's our field.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On third down, here's a run by Akers. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Fighting to stay upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. looking to throw. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Back now here on EA Sports. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Working from the gun. Lance.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Lance.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Leonard Floyd able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he's got Rome. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. He's to the 10.
He'll throw complete to Cam Akers.
Touchdown, Rams.
Cam Akers.
His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Rams are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Throwing on first down is Lance.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And the Rams got it. They bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sand.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times did we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And this is caught. Touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 2. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. It's brought in by Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They go play action with Hurts. Got a man, that's Lazard. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their